What's up, YouTube? We're doing some cooking tonight. As you see, I got me some baby back ribs. I'm gonna make a dish here tonight. It's called the Supreme Thailand ribs. So I'm gonna start off with my regular seasoning. They don't use this, but I'm gonna use it. With my Sazon seasoning, sprinkle that on there. Sazon seasoning. Black pepper. Granulated garlic. My favorite, you're not got to use my cayenne pepper. And some basil. Some crushed basil. Got to put that, that's part of their recipe. Turn it over. Again. My Sazon seasoning. Black pepper. Granulated garlic. And some more basil on this side. Do yourself a favor. When you're cooking your food with your meats or poultry, whatever it is, always dry it off with some paper towel or something before you start cooking it. Because if you put it in the oven or either on top of the stove, it's not going to turn out right. Now, what makes this the Supreme Thailand ribs is this here. It's Thailand chili sauce. So I'm going to use that. I'm cooking this on top of the stove. You only put a little bit of grease. I'm using like maybe about 5 tablespoons of grease, because you don't want to put too much on there, because in the pan, because once I sear it on each side, then I'm going to put a little bit of water on there inside of it, the pan, and you got to steam it. So this dish here takes probably about an hour. But see, I tenderized the meat. I had it in a bag with some apple vinegar, the apple cider vinegar. So it's nice and tender now. So we're gonna get started here. I'll come back once I start to put it in the pan and start to sear it. Be back in a minute, YouTube. All right, YouTube. We're gonna put it in the pan. Let this side sear. Sear that side first, then I'll turn it over. Be back in a minute. Okay, YouTube, I turned it over once. It's seared on that side. Now I'm searing the top side. And then I'm going to show you what I have to do after that. Be right back. Okay, YouTube, I put the Thai sauce on the side that's seared already. So then once that gets finished, I'm going to turn it over and put it on the other side. Okay, YouTube, the other side is seared. Now what I'm going to do is put the Thailand sauce on this side, and then I'm going to sear it again on this side. And once I do that, I turn it back over. And I'm going to add the water to the pan, and I'm going to put it on simmer. And then that should take, the meat is already tender, so It should take probably about maybe 45 minutes to an hour. Be back in a minute. Okay, YouTube, I put the Thailand sauce on this side. I'm going to get ready to turn it over. I can't show you while I'm turning it over and hold my camera well my phone at the same time. So once this side gets done, I'm going to turn it back and let you see it. Then I'm going to add the water to the pan and start the other process so it'll simmer for, like I said, 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, YouTube, that side is simmered, got the sauce on it. Now, I'm going to get ready to put the water, hot water you add to the pan, just a little bit, not to cover the meat. And then you put it on simmer. I'm going to pour out the grease. And I'll be back with the finished product. And I meant to tell you, once you start simmering, make sure it's the bone side down. You don't want to put the top, so that's bone side down once you start simmering it with the water. Okay, YouTube, I added the water. So now you're just going to cover up that pan and let it go ahead and simmer, get nice and tender, and you're good to go. Be back with the finished product. There you go, YouTube, the finished product. My Thai rib supreme, and this is the way they serve it with the sour cream and the shredded carrots. So, if you like it, try it. I told you the recipe. So remember, thumbs up, subscribe, and comment. Have a good night.